I guess 6 startups. Please welcome to the stage from ccLoop, Michael Wolf, the CEO, and Oscar Bruning, the Director of Engineering. That's for ccLoop. That was a half-assed round of applause. Let's try that again. From ccLoop! Much better.
So hi. You guys hear me? So I'm Michael Wolf. There's yet another Michael Wolf here. It's me. I'm the CEO of the company. Oscar is stellar designer, manager, engineer, responsible for a lot of what you see here. Great team, great set of investors and advisors. We have a good set of companies behind us. A lot of our companies have been email companies. And this is a problem that has just, the email problem is so big, it's just bugged us for years and years. And it's 2011, this is how the world runs. It runs on email. Businesses almost all run on these kind of reply all threads. And it's totally stupid. But we don't think the answer is to throw email away. We don't think that works. What we want to do is make email more productive, so you waste less time in it, more collaborative, and more social. So what we're announcing today is what we call the Loop. The Loop is a smart mailing list, easy to search, easy to share, easy to create. So first, let me define what a loop is. A loop has a name. A loop has an email address. And this is important. The way you interact with the loop is through email. There's a team that the loop content goes to, but this is all backed by a software as a service application that lets us add a whole bunch of power to email that we're going to show you. We made a loop really easy to create. So one of the inspirations was my last company, a couple hundred people, good target for a product like this. We shared news on competition religiously, and we wanted everybody to contribute. And we used this horrible Exchange distribution list that never worked. So we're going to create a loop to track competition. The name of our company is Acme. So what I'm going to do, send an email to our sales team. I'm going to CC a loop. I'm going to call it Acme Competition. Send the email. And this is going to create the loop. I'm creating via email. The loop gets created. Everybody gets invited. And we can use it right away. There was no IT help desk request. No one had to download anything. No one had to learn anything because it's just email. And now they're in it. Everything's going to the loop. So let's fast forward a couple months. I'm the new guy on the team. I didn't get any of these emails. But I'm going into my first meeting. I got to find out about the competitor. I can join the loop and I'll go to the web interface. Web interface has all the threads, all the content, all the attachments. It has great search. So I'll do a search on the competitor that I know is going to pop up in this meeting. I can search inside of threads. I can search inside of attachments. Here, here's a thread that's got exactly what I need. I see the user profiles. I kind of get the whole history of the loop. We're smart about attachments. We'll take you right to the straightest version of this presentation. This looks like something I can use in the meeting. So the content's all here. The history is all here. Super easy to search. But this is where it gets really cool. This is kind of the wow stuff here. Over here on the right, it says you might also be interested in. So what happened here is when I did this search, a loop was suggested to me. They said you might want to see this loop. Let's take a look at it. There was a guy in my last company who would do this. He would sort of do like a microblog over email. He'd go into customer meetings, write up meeting notes, send them out to the team, and he wanted everybody to follow them. And let's think about this guy's motivation. He's a product manager. He wants to sell more of his product, wants to support the sales team, wants to build up kind of a following and a reputation inside of the company. So when he created this loop, he made it open to the whole company. If you have an Acme email address, you can search it, you can follow it. So I'll follow the loop. Now, I might not necessarily want all these emails in my inbox, so I can sign up for a digest, or I can just sign up for web access, so I can just access them on the web. Now, if I do that, what's going to happen is I go to the web interface, my loop is here. These are all my loops. These are all the updates. Some of these loops might be projects. Some of them might be teams. Some of these are collaborations with other companies. As long as they have an email address, I can collaborate with them. Some of these are more of a Twitter type model. I'm just following certain conversations. Other ones are ones that I'm really actively participating. So it's all here, all in one place. So now Nick isn't done yet. Nick wants to keep getting more and more followers. So Nick could do this, put it in his email footer. He could send it out to business partners so folks at other companies could join the loop. He could even put it on our websites and build a loop that customers can follow. And that gives us huge virality. I mean, email lists are just intrinsically viral, which is part of what got us interested in the idea in the first place. And, and the thing about virality is it makes a freemium model really easy, or easier. Nothing's easy. So customers have told us they'll pay for customization. They can use their own logo. They can use their own email address. So instead of ccLoop.com, they can use their own domain. They'll pay for administration. People want integration with the Google App Marketplace, Dropbox, Salesforce, any place where data lives. There's an integration, with a loop there. And and it's a SaaS application, so we can do all this stuff. We can build a great interface, social features, sharing. But that's not actually the big idea here. There are plenty of these kind of web-based applications out on the market. It's really hard to get adoption. It's really hard to change user behavior. We don't ask for behavior changes because it's just email. People know how to use email. We don't ask for anybody to download, install anything. They don't even have to create accounts at first because it's just email. They can just use it. And nothing is simpler than email, and we think nothing is more disruptive. You really can't go below email. So we love email, and we're hoping that along the way we can make email cool again, at least in the workplace. We can't make the same promise about AOL, but I think email we can cover. Big problem, freemium model, viral, great application, but most importantly, we're leveraging email. So the user adoption and the virality, we can meet the users where they are and where they want to work, which is out of their email. We're in private beta right now. Naturally, if you want to get in the beta, you can send us an email. You can also go to our website, and we'll add you to our Disrupt loop. Thanks a lot.
Okay, that was ccLoop, everyone. Promising to make email as cool as the movie You've Got Mail. Anyone want to jump in with a question? But yes.
So this seems like a neat feature, the way you presented it, but how does it become a business and even an application, and how do you make money off that?
I hate to draw too many analogies. I think it's like Dropbox. Dropbox is a product. Everybody knows how to use it. Super simple. And they take something that people know how to use and they do use, and you put all this power behind it, and the power helps you solve, sharing, discovery, productivity, all the things that, the knowledge management, the Enterprise 2.0, all that stuff. The promise of that stuff has never completely been fulfilled. If somebody really could make a dent in it and do it to get the broad adoption, which we think you get just because it's email, again, everybody has email, that's how this becomes big. We think that companies will run on this. Our company already runs on it.
How are you making money by it? What's your business model? It's not clear to me.
It's freemium. There's going to be a break-even point at a company where it goes from maybe something that people are using as kind of a one-off or kind of on a very small scale to something where people are going to want the administration. They're going to want to manage users and groups and some of that level of stuff. They're going to want integration. They're going to want a lot of customization. They want to make it look like their own. They want to make sure when customers interact with it, they see the company logo, not the ccLoop logo. So there's going to be a break-even between kind of the personal, nonprofit, education, kind of the general usage, to where it's really a business-critical application, and those are the folks who we want to pay for it.
Mike?
Similar model to SurveyMonkey, any of those kind of companies.
So what? How do you control? So you want virality, you want people to use this, and one of the things you highlighted was, hey, if you want to have outsiders view your loop, you can do that. You can put in your email signature. But if I'm company management, I may not want a lot of this stuff going on. One of the things you learn when you run a company is that not all your employees have very good judgment about what's sort of internal public company or internal company information and external company information. So how do you control that? How do you get the virality you want without allowing it to be open? Because I can't imagine too many companies are going to want a lot of these loops going outside.
I think that the default is always that they're internal and they're private. It's just like an internal mailing list. I have to add people to it. They have to accept the invitation. It's kind of internal. You have to explicitly set certain things to say only inside of the company or even outside of the company people can follow. And it's like publishing something to a blog, or it's like sending out an email to your customers. Anybody can do it, but you might want some controls in place in terms of who can. And that's where I think a lot of the administration and management features come in. That's what we're seeing with other products as well.
Greg or Scott?
Do you have any data that suggests that this can actually get exponentially viral? Because for something to really get viral, you need the application needs to propagate through its users. So the thought is that if I'm added to a loop and I start participating in it, then the next time I want to create my own loop, I'll use this and it'll propagate. But I don't know that many loops will actually get created. if I just think about my own company and all the different loops that we have internally.
Yeah.
So do you have any data or any anecdotes to suggest
well,
that?
I mean, the beta
I
is
can
early
propagate?
enough that our data are just anecdotes. They're just one-offs I can share with you. I mean, I got an email today, you know, the Stanford graduating class, the business school, they want to create a loop because they want to keep track of all the graduates. So one guy is bringing in 380 guys, and women, which all are going to end up being, you know, startup CEOs, bankers. Same thing happened at Wharton. The Wharton graduating class, the kind of the incubator on campus they have there, they run that on ccLoop. So again, it's 150 startup CEOs who are all using the product. So we're starting to see that, you know, that's a nice ratio. But we do want to see, are those 380 creating loops and so on. That's the part that we haven't seen yet.
Scott, any final?
Could you clearly articulate, like in a sentence, what was the problem you were trying to solve? Okay, you're pitching this to me.
The problem is lack of productivity inside the company. So much wasted time on emails, trying to track stuff down. It's the inbox full of crap, so you can't find anything. You're wasting time in your inbox. It's the problem of discovery. You know, when I'm going into that sales call and I want to close that deal and I need to find that person or that one piece of information that's going to do it for me. Right now, I have to send a bunch of emails around. Hopefully I know that there's almost never a repository, a place in the enterprise you can go and search and find that. You know, SharePoint is not it. The corporate intranet is not it, unless your sales reps are all going and updating it, which I've never seen that happen. So it's, you know, productivity, it's collaboration, it's, you know, that bundle of things.
Okay, we're out of time. So big round of applause for ccLoop.
Thank you.
Sometimes the answer to the question, can you sum it up in a sentence, is just no, isn't it? All right, so we're going to move straight on to